You know, I'm almost embarrassed to say, before I lost Shep, I would hear somebody say, I lost my husband or I lost my wife. Part of me would be thinking, well, it happens. You know, that's part of life. So I almost feel like I was a little blasé about it until it happened to me.
Grief is universal, so it touches everybody in some way, and everybody needs support and a place to be able to grieve.
He loved everything. He loved to bike, he loved to camp. We would go to art museums on dates. He loved watching movies and talking about them. He loved being with his family. He loved being with my family. It was just like, he loved hearing people's stories. He was just almost larger than life. That was one of the hardest things to get used to, was how he would just fill the whole house. And now here I was in this big old house by myself. Part of the loss was seeing him in so much pain, like constant. I had never seen him cry before. And then when he was diagnosed, it was like a faucet turned on. The last 6 months of a person's life shouldn't be like that. It was in his spine, and it was a really fast spreading cancer. He was diagnosed in February, and he was dead in August. I just cried all the time. I'd go to work, I'd cry on the way home, I'd sometimes scream on the way home.
I think a lot of the times when people find their way to us, they are often in a place of either really intense despair or in a place of just feeling really stuck.
I could put it aside for work, and I was still crying all the way home usually. And I could put it aside being with my daughters.
People can experience all kinds of dysregulation in the body, including disrupted sleep, a loss of appetite, overeating, challenges with concentration, really feeling withdrawn from other people, not engaging in activities that they used to enjoy.
I kind of felt like I don't feel like I'm moving forward the way I want to. Like, I have quite a few more years left, and I don't want to spend them the way I'm spending them, just being miserable.
While it's universal, it also can be incredibly isolating. As a culture, we just don't do a very good job of talking about it and listening to people talk about it, and so that just really adds to that feeling of isolation and aloneness. And so that's one of the things about coming to see a grief therapist. Like, you're going to talk to someone who you know is comfortable talking about it and where you can say anything.
It was just so good to just be able to go in and spew. And sometimes I would apologize, and she would say, that's what I'm here for.
A lot of the work is both the therapist and the client coming to a better understanding about what their process is, what they need to help aid their healing.
Kind of felt like, well, he's not around anymore to comfort me and to help me through this stuff. Like, I'm gonna have to do it myself. Coming here helped me get to that place where I can comfort myself.
I've heard people say that when they come, the grief is there. And over time, it's over here. But it's about carrying it differently and maybe, letting yourself breathe while it's there.
I think it's not like so balled up with everything else. I can kind of separate them better.
Often our work is to sort of create a space that's safe enough and big enough that people can have their sadness, maybe have their anger, and also have courage and hope.
I think I'm coming to a place where I can be grateful for the 25 years that I knew Shep, and I can be grateful that we parented. I can be grateful that I was able to accompany him on that horrible journey. So I feel like I was able to move from feeling like I'd been robbed, just absolutely robbed and angry, and now it's like, I still got some good times left.
People can endure incredibly unbearable, painful, heartbreaking experiences and somehow come to this place of finding meaning and joy. It kind of takes your breath away.